reaction, of course, to celebrate, cheer, we're champions again. But then, of course, concern does kick in. I saw he was hurt, he wasn't getting up, so we started getting concerned. Started to wish the best of health for him. Once he got up and everything, I was relieved. I'm glad he's okay. Glad he was able to get up and he's able to react, fine again. So I know they took him for medical.
They actually just released him from the hospital, so that's a good sign.
That's
so
great.
I just heard
that's
that.
Wonderful.
Hey, Mikey, we got a Fight of the Year candidate with Leo Santa Cruz versus Carl Frampton, but we also got Knockout of the Year.
Starting the year early.
I mean, man, that was good. Vicious, my friend.
That was a good way to start the year.
Oh yeah.
Mikey, 2 years you sat in the shop. People wrote you off. You're finished. You're done. Now you're pound for pound.
Now I think this makes a good statement. Starting the year, capturing a world title, 3rd division, that the way I won. I think everybody can remember and can see what I have to offer.
We spoke to Jorge.
Like almost the first uppercut.
The first uppercut hurt him, but then when I saw him lean over towards the ropes, and when he turned back, his hands were down and he was hurt. So I had to go for that final punch. This is boxing. He wasn't down. Had he gone down, of course I wouldn't have done anything more. But that last right hand was the one that really hurt him.
We spoke to Jorge Linares.
I think it's a pretty big statement. Everybody in the divisions, near me can really consider something a threat now, and obviously the people in media can also realize that now.
Hey, Mikey, we spoke to Jorge Linares about a potential fight between the two. Do you want that fight?
Of course, if he's victorious in his next upcoming match and he's available and willing to negotiate and sit down unified titles, I would love that opportunity.
It's a great fight.
I think it'll be a huge fight.
What do you think, Richard?
I didn't really feel anything. See, he didn't really land, and the one that landed was kind of blocked, so I didn't feel the power.
He's the king of the hill. So there's a lot of options. Everybody's going to want to fight Mikey. It's not anymore that Mikey wants to fight. Everybody's going to want to fight Mikey, because where Mikey fights, that's where the money is. And he's the captain of his own ship. How beautiful is that?
He's got great fundamentals. He's got power. He's got skills.
Yeah,
he's got star power. He's got it all.
I mean, he has the fans. You saw that again today.
The entire package.
Man, he can punch. He can move. He can box. Has a great team behind him. It's pretty decent looking. I don't want to make your head too big.
Unbelievable. It was insane, because not only was there a lot of Mexicans, but there was also a lot of people from Ireland, and I think they were all chanting for Mikey too, so it was unbelievable. And those guys are loud.
Robert, how proud of a brother are you right now?
Man,
3-division champion.
3-division champion, and the previous 2 titles that he won, you guys never seen that happiness inside the ring. It wasn't like that big for
That's what the result told me.
This time,
we're on the result. Check that they're on the result.
fight of his career, but we knew the danger of Tejan, and we knew winning the 3 division was going to be something great for the family. The WBC, bring it home, was great, and we know that there's just bigger challenges. So that's what
Right, and I thought Tejan was going to be a tougher outie, and Mikey just took him apart.
Well, that's what it is. When you're so good, you take the strengths away from the most fierce competitor. That sets him apart from others.
Is this the perfect weight class, 135?
I feel very, very comfortable at 135. I had moved up, from 126 to 130. Yeah. Eventually, that was my next step, to be at 135. I should have been here, 2 years ago, right after my last title defense at 30. We weren't able to be fighting, we were on the shelf, but right now I'm very comfortable at 135. I think a couple fights at 135, and then we'll make that jump to 140.
Mikey, how about that jab tonight? You always say it's the best punch in boxing.
It's key, we use it a lot. It was key for tonight. Keep the distance, measure my opponent, keep him at the distance that I wanted. He wanted to come in, I just stiff, that jab out there. Use it as a defense, use it, timing it works well for me. I like to use that.
Well, everybody says, use your jab, but it must be easier said than done, because not a lot of guys do what you did tonight.
Well, other fighters probably are, paying attention more to an overhand right, landing a power shot. But I like to set those punches up with the jab. And my corner, my dad, my brother always, teach that, and they always tell me that.
That's what it looked like. You were blinding him with the jab, and eventually that power shot was going to come.
That's how it was. That's what happened.
And the killer instinct too, man. You just you
saw the
smell
replay.
blood. You were like, oh shit, I'm not gonna let this guy go.
It was a great uppercut and then that right hand.
Everybody told me that you could see the expression in my face, and I didn't pay attention during the fight at that, but I saw the opening. I saw he was hurt, but he wasn't down, so I went for that overhand right. I knew I threw it, with everything I had. But then when I saw the replay, you could definitely see that expression in my face, my eyes, and I was like, that surprised me even.
Who's next on your radar? Terry Flanagan?
Like I said, anybody at 135, I'm willing to, sit down, get those discussions on unified titles. I know they got their schedules and agendas also, so right now I'm gonna see what happens with their fights. But I'm open to fight anybody.
Almost all your fights have ended in knockouts. And have you ever knocked someone out like that?
I don't think never to this degree. I think this is the first time that happens. Like I said, I never wish any harm on my opponents, and I'm glad he was okay. I heard he just got released from the doctor and he was clear. That's good. So, I wish him the best though.
But it was kind of weird the way you hit him and he was clearly out, but he kind of leaned up and then it seemed like he would have been better just to go down, but I don't think he knew where he was at.
The thing is that when you're in very good shape, your body's reacting, even when you're unconscious, your body's reacting because your body's just naturally, it's muscle memory. So his body was trying to react, but obviously his mind was unconscious.
Richard, is it safe to say that a star has returned to Ringstar Promotions?
A superstar, not just a
superstar,
star.
yes.
I mean, a superstar. It's unbelievable. I mean, as I said before, the sky's the limit. I'm really convinced we're gonna, Mikey has all the upside and all the potential to become truly the guy who carries the pay-per-view business going forward. We were sort of waiting. Everybody was like, who is going to be following in the footsteps of the great pay-per-view stars, like Floyd Mayweather and so on. And we didn't really know. I mean, people said this guy or that guy, and we sort of see all these bullshit pay-per-views going on now. This is the guy. And you guys all know it. You all know it. The charisma, the skills, the personality, the marketability, the bilingual. Just the Banda the Banda was great too. Man, those guys were amazing.
What's the Bando?
The Banda. Yeah, those guys were good. Did you enjoy the Banda, Steve?
No, I did.
That was unbelievable. I love that song. I've got to get it.
That's brand new. We actually did the video.
You did the video?
I'm coming out with the video with them. The official video on the song.
Wow, when is that going to? Can you send me one? I heard them actually practice earlier, and I was like, I read his voice and said, "Oh, you've got to listen. He has an unbelievable Banda. He's going to come out."